In today's video, we're going to compare two razors from RazoRock, that is the Game Changer and the Lupo. We'll also talk about the Club Khalifa, coming right up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host John, and in today's video, we're going to talk about two things mainly. The first thing we'll talk about is a recent release from the shaving shop and club, and that is Khalifa in the Kaizen 2 base. And for the second part of the video, I'm going to compare two razors for you, both from RazoRock. One is the Game Changer 0.84, and the other is the RazoRock Lupo 0.72. So we'll get to this in a little bit, but first, let's talk about Khalifa. So this offering from the club is not a brand new scent, but it recently released in this cement ornate container, and it's in the Kaizen 2 base. And right from the get-go, I will say a negative is when you open up the soap, I mean, it looks, again, very ornate, but if I zoom in, you will see in the outer rims here some black flecks. And that actually is from the friction from the lid. And there aren't too many, but I was able to go in, use my finger, or you can use a small spatula and scoop out the specks. And I had done that already, but since I used this for my first shave a few days ago, more flecks have appeared. So at first I thought it's probably just due to jostling around in the in the shipment process, but I'm actually sure what's going on here. I mean, I might have moved around it more to take some photos prior, but I'm not a fan if this keeps up. I mean, I know one solution would be to scoop the soap out and put it into a traditional container, recycle an old container or something, but I think that's a really important buyer beware. I do know that Peter Trakalis, the owner and artisan behind the shaving shop and club, is aware of this flaking issue and is trying to address it as of the recording of this video. In the meantime, if you're thinking about picking up this set and the flaking is an issue for you, you might want to hold off and wait. Next, I'm going to load up the soap and the brush, and today we're going to go with the Paladin Samurai, one of my favorites in my den. And this has a 28mm Badger bulb knot. If you'd like to help the channel, please like, share, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. These are all easy ways to support and grow the channel if you're enjoying what you're watching. I'd also like to invite you all to come check out the new Lather Talk Discord server. It's a great place to chat and hang out with your fellow wet shaving enthusiasts. Alright, so one thing I forgot to mention before was this container, given the pointy top like so, you're not really going to be able to stack this with other soaps, especially if you're hobbyists. You have tons and tons of soaps if you're anything like me. But one nice touch I did like is these little, kind of rubbery feet here. So if you're displaying this on your bathroom counter and whatnot, it'll help it first not scratch up, your countertops. Also, it'll keep it from slipping and sliding away and crashing on the floor. So I did like that touch. And today we did load right from the bowl itself. I did scoop out the little flecks before going in with the brush. You can see here it's loaded. So let me get to the face lather and we'll talk a bit about the notes and the scent itself. All right, so first up, let's talk about scent notes for Khalifa. What we have here is resins, tobacco, vanilla, oud, coffee, and incense. And while this is not a direct cologne dupe, it is heavily inspired by a niche perfume by the name of Black Afghano by Nazmato. So Black Afghano, for those who aren't in the fragrance world, it's known for its cannabis note. The funny thing is, the first shave I did with this, I didn't really get any cannabis note. Obviously, there's nothing listed either. A&D, the club, certainly has other scents that feature that note. And maybe it kind of falls under resin, which is pretty broad, but definitely I'm getting it off the lather right now. And I will be upfront to say it's not one of the notes I'm ever chasing. if it's kind of in the background. Again, I didn't detect it at all in my first use of it, but it's definitely at the forefront right now. More of what I got in my first shave was a whole lot of oud, woods, and incense. And that's still there, but the cannabis, that weedy, weed forward, however you want to put it, that is showing itself to be front and center right now. I'll also note that in general, my wife doesn't like strong sandalwood or oud or just woody notes in general. And I think she had come home with the kids after I finished my initial shave with it and was quite taken aback. She didn't get that cannabis note, but the woods was just too much. So she let me know she wasn't a fan right away. And some other information on this release of Khalifa. Again, it's in that Kaizen 2 K2 base, which is really a very nice base. For me personally, I'm not sure if it's like leaps and bounds above Kaizen or the original version, but it's still a very nice base. The pricing on this actually Khalifa set is not available to the public yet. It's just available to those who sign up for the backroom, which has a few special releases and a discount. But normally this retails at $36, which, when this was first announced, actually with that special container and whatnot, I wasn't sure what this was going to be priced at, but I would say that's not too bad given the extraness of the presentation. $36 isn't bad. And the price for those of us who were able to get access to this from the back room was just under $30. The more I lather this, the more of that oud and that incense is coming out. And I actually really like those two notes. That's more what I enjoyed out of the first shave. It's just funny that I didn't get any of that cannabis vibe first time around. All right, so we're all lathered up. I have 3 days worth of beard growth. So you can see some of the whiskers poking through. The two razors again in my right hand with the super knurled handle. This is the Game Changer 0.84. And in my left hand, and which will be shaving my left side of my face, is the RazoRock Lupo 0.72. These are with the barber pole handle. So these two stainless steel razors, very similar weight, different blade gaps, obviously based on the numbers, and they're both loaded with a fresh Gillette Silver Blue blade. So I'm gonna shave, and I'll probably just do the whole pass, and we'll speed things up a little bit, and then I'll come back after that initial first pass and share my thoughts. All right, so for the first pass, honestly, there wasn't too much of a difference between the two. Even just feeling around for efficiency, I think the real test will be right after the shave and to see if one side of my face, if it holds off on the whiskers tomorrow. But I will say with the Game Changer, the 0.84, the 0.84 is the more aggressive of the two Game Changers. That's the 0.84 and the 0.68, which I used to own. So this might not be a 1-for-1 because the Lupo 0.72 is the milder of the two stainless steel Lupos. The other one is a 0.95 blade gap. But these are the two that we're comparing because these are two that I have and that I enjoy. So there's a little bit more blade feel on the Game Changer 0.84, which totally makes sense. And I would think that that one was going to be more efficient, but again, we won't really know that until I think later. Maybe I'll try to figure out if I can feel it out by the end of the shave. I will say that the Lupo given that it was, milder, less blade feel for sure. I'd say minimal blade feel on that Lupo 0.72. It shaved very smoothly. I think just the way that it was able to glide around, I guess you must call it handling or whatever the metric. It handled better than the Game Changer. That being said, both are very smooth, and they are very. I mean, part of the reason for today's test is I had a feeling they're going to be very similar, and I kind of want to cut one because I do like to keep my razor lineup kind of lean and mean. So nothing really too profound in that first pass. So let me lather up and we'll go in for a second pass with both razors. All right, so first up again is the Game Changer 0.84. And here we go with pass number 2. And now here we go with the Lupo 0.72 for the second pass. Alright, so, I'm never quite sure what I'm going to find in these razor battles. I haven't done too many, but these two are really similar. They're really, really similar in terms of feel, even more so in that second pass. And I was just feeling around my face, checking the way that growth pattern goes, how much scruff is left after 2 passes, especially my neck here. And just by touch, it feels very, very similar. So I have one more pass to go, and we'll see what happens after that. All right, so third and final pass. First up, the Game Changer again. And then for the third and final pass, on my left side is the Lupo. Well, I think my findings are not super conclusive because in the end, I feel like they felt very similar, both the Game Changer and the Lupo, and just even feeling around and seeing what stubble is left. Both did a great job, knocking down with 3 passes, 3 days worth of beard growth. And I really thought the Game Changer might have won at least, by a slight amount, but that's not really the case. Here I am done. Both are very classic as far as design goes, so there's not like one aesthetic appeal that's going to win over the other, and the handles obviously are totally interchangeable as well, so that's not really a factor. So at the end of the day, if the efficiency proves itself to be very, very similar, I'm going to have to give, I think, the win here to the Lupo because it is less blade feel. It does feel a bit more smooth, and that's what I liked about the original Lupo aluminum. It was a really smooth shaver. So yeah, if I have to declare a tentative winner, I'm going to say the Lupo 0.72 over the Game Changer 0.84. And also, just to finish up the shave, we got the Khalifa matching splash here. Give it a bit of shake. Given that, again, my wife is not a huge fan of the scent, I'm just going to do like 3 drops of this. And the air has been a bit dry as of late, so I probably will also finish with a balm momentarily. And the scent for Khalifa, very unique. I mean, there's some familiarity. It's got those, darker, warm, cold weather type notes in it. I'm not sure. It depends. Depends on the day, I guess, whether how much of that kind of cannabis type note reveals itself. This is a once in a while scent for me, and I think I'm gonna like it because it's a nice way to mix things up. And the balm I'm gonna go with is the Zingari Man Sago Aftershave Balm. Just do one pump today. As I've mentioned before, I'm a big fan of the unscented aftershave bombs, as I can just mix and match. Alright, so that's a wrap on the shave. Again, just to recap things, between the battle of the RazoRock Game Changer 0.84 and the Lupo 0.72, I'm going to tentatively declare the Lupo 0.72 as the winner. And also, the soap and splash we're talking about today was the Club Khalifa. If you guys have used either of these products, I'd love to hear your opinion, your experience with them. Please let me know in the comments below. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me for today's shave. I really do appreciate the time that you took out to watch this video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful and at least a little bit entertaining, but I really do thank you from the bottom of my heart for just all your support. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.